Hey, good morning, everyone. We are live here on Instagram. Wanted to answer a few questions on a Saturday morning, and thank everybody for coming to my free training yesterday. It was extraordinary. Talked about reinventing yourself, re-engineering, restarting, repurposing, and it went really, really well. Come join me every Friday. You can go ahead and email me at david@dmeltzer.com. David@dmeltzer.com. Love for you to come join me. You could also text me at 949-298-2905. Hello from Paris. Awesome. Give me a thumbs up if you were at training yesterday. Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. Let's get some questions in here. Let's see what's going on. Got people wanting to join. Let me know if you want to go live with me. Give me some questions. Biggest takeaway from yesterday. I'm doing well, thank you. Biggest takeaway from yesterday is know your what. When you're reinventing yourself, go from your what to your who could help you the fastest way. Once you know what you want with clarity, balance, and focus, then you go after your who and find someone that sits and has what you want and can either give you what you want or teach you how to get it. It's that simple. Very simple formulas to success in life, and love to teach you to do that. Just reach out to me, David@dmeltzer.com. Happy to help every Friday for free. Just join me. Love for you guys to talk. This week it's going to be building a community. So building a community. Thank you. I love the episode with Russell Brunson as well. Let me know, everyone, Sanjay Power, if you want to have any other questions, let's put them in the question area. Go ahead and message me the question. Love to see how I could be of service and help you. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone. Want to go live with me? Let me know. Doe, perfect. Sean, great to see you. More of the takeaways from yesterday's training that we had was understanding the inventory that you have to take in order to restart, re-engineer, reboot. New book out, the Game Time Decision Making. You can grab that. But take inventory of not only your values, but take inventory of the people around you. Take inventory of the ideas that are around you. Take inventory of the possessions that you have. And really work on aligning and simplifying towards your own values what those things are. When we take inventory of things, we're able to put our awareness or attention in and intention on the coincidences that we want. So it allows you to know your what. Then you can find your who, somebody who has what you want and can give it to you, or somebody that can help you and teach you how to get it yourself. All right, let's see here. Got another question. I am 30 and still finding my purpose in life. Can you guide me or just tell me what should I do? First of all, you know your purpose. Your purpose is to help somebody with something. So I'd be more than happy to help you find your what and your who. Go ahead. Like I said, everybody, come to my trainings on Friday. You can go ahead and email me at david@dmeltzer.com. I'm more than happy to help guide you and to recognize that you're already connected to your purpose and you're connected to the light, the love, and the lessons that come through you. But I really can help people teach the what, the who, and the how in order to effectuate the purpose that they have, to allow that to evolve so that they can feel their purpose. They can be aware of their purpose. They can acknowledge and recognize their purpose. You know your purpose is to help something or someone. You just may not have figured out the what, the who, and the how to do it. Let me help you. That's why I do the free trainings every Friday to do that as well. Hey, Graham, welcome. I still need to get the new book, Connected to Goodness, was great. Thank you. We have Compassionate Capitalism. Jack Canfield and I did a little workbook called Creating the Life You Love, as well as, of course, Game Time Decision Making, the McGraw-Hill book on Amazon. You can grab that. Can you add me, please? Hi, Enrique. My favorite, Elevate on a Saturday. Check them out. And you got to go and check out my peeps there. Hey, Enrique, go ahead and post where they can find you. That's my favorite new entrepreneur and side hustle business. This couple is incredible, Nancy and Enrique. As a product that I use, they're not literally believing. let's get elevated. Give them where to find you, man. That's awesome. Looking to see going live too with one of my good old buddies and best friends today. And it'll be great. What's the email again? I need to know my purposes. Yeah, David at dmeltzer.com. If somebody wants to post that out there, would love to do that. I don't know where Team Meltzer is, but they're there. David at dmeltzer.com. 949-298-2905 if you want to text me as well. Either way is fine. Give me the thumbs up. Welcome everybody to Saturday morning. How to build up confidence even though the environment doesn't support. You got to change the way you look at things so the things you look at change. Your environment does support confidence, right? This is the margins of millionaires. The more millionaires were made during the Depression than any other time. Ellapreneur.com/the happy couple. That's my peeps right there. There it is, David at dmeltzer.com. Dan McGinnis, thank you so much for posting that for me. I'm going to go ahead and pin that so people can see it. If they want to reach out to me, please reach out. I appreciate it. And looking good, everyone. Let's see. Pin comment. Bobby, I'm doing well. Thank you. When someone feels hopeless in fulfilling their purpose, what do you recommend? Taking inventory. Take inventory of your values, your personal, experiential, giving and receiving values. Take inventory of the people around you. Fire the friends that are bleeding you. Feed the friends that are feeding you. If you are purposely put with them, then go ahead and work on understanding and pray for their happiness. If they continue to create corrosion and interference in your life, try to get understanding. If you can't, run and pray for their happiness. Take inventory of everything, your possessions. Take inventory of your phone. I go through my phone. If I haven't contacted someone in 90 days, I just delete them. Ironically, sometimes within hours, the people I haven't talked to within 90 days, sometimes it's been years, ping me and invite me to dinner. It's crazy. Anyway, I go ahead and allow the universe to keep me aligned with the frequency of what I want, which means next you got to know what you want, which I'm more than happy to help you with. How to get it, who to get it from, right? The easiest way to get what we want is to ask somebody that has it, because they'll either give it to you or show you how to get it. That's the easiest way. Not rocket science. People get so confused and working for there. Hey, look who joined us. Very good. I'll post that up there. Team David Meltzer. Welcome. Thank you so much. Friday trainings are extraordinary. Building your audience is the one. Could you please, hold on a second, I want to see that. Could you please name the values list that we need to take inventory of? Yeah, personal values, experiential. So personal is like your integrity, your health, your love, your family. Experiential, these are daily values that you look at. And don't be afraid to be a hypocrite. That just means you're changing your mind. Those all are available for you. Then your giving values, how are you going to build a legacy? And most importantly, your receiving values, because you can't give what you don't have. So I'm going to teach you to focus in on that who. Who has what you want? Will they give it to you or teach you how to get it? Who has what you want? Will they give it to you or teach you how to get it? But you got to ask, right? Ask and attract. No one can help me. What's the business thing you learned from Bob Proctor? Hey, Liam, big Bob Proctor fan. It's really Think and Grow Rich, right? So all the things that I've learned from Bob Proctor is his ability to clarify. But the biggest thing that I learned was about giving. I shifted my paradigm of giving that, I don't give to get. I always used to give to get. Acknowledgement, recognition, respect, gratitude, something. I was always trading. And when Bob Proctor suggested to me that I should receive so I can give instead of give so I can receive. Hi, David. Dr. George has joined. I assume Hand Center LA then is Dr. George. Am I correct here? Let me see. Go ahead and request my man, Dr. George. Request me to join. I want to see what's going down in Louisiana. You are a hero. My doctor by day, entrepreneur, philanthropist by night. He's an amazing guy. They're making amazing progress down in Louisiana. And you want to see positivity at work. We're going to have Dr. Eric George right there. Eric George, MD. Hopefully it'll allow me. Yeah, look at that. It's going to allow me. Okay, you guys, put your seatbelts on because this is one of my best boys. There
Hey,
he
friend.
is.
How you doing,
Uh,
buddy?
I should set this up every Saturday because just seeing you, I know I'm having the best weekend of my life. How are you?
I'm doing great, Dave. How are you, my friend? Thanks for all you're doing for everybody, man.
Vi-
I love to watch your live. I love to hear your message.
uh,
You're hope for so many. I just want to tell you that. Make me
vice versa, except for you put your life on the line every day. Look at all
oh
those hands. I haven't seen the back of your office because
oh yeah.
you and I became friends, and then this COVID hit. I can't get down to Louisiana.
You need to come down here. I know, and the Tulane, your baby's at Tulane, so we got to get you down here. We just
Uh,
opened up a few things downtown, so we're starting to roll, but a little slow.
is the hotel open up?
The hotel's open.
All
The
right.
double dealer bar open 25%, so it's kind of fun.
That's
Um,
good, man. I gotta call in and get my reservation. I got a graduation coming next year. So my wife's always on me. She's like, we gotta stay at Dr. George's hotel. I'm like, I'll call him.
that would mean so much to me, and I will spoil you rotten, my friend. I really will. I'll take good care of you.
Well,
So
give me an update, man. You and I live on a different frequency. We see the glass all the way full, not half full. We're finding the light, the love, and the lessons and everything. And there's a lot out there, a lot of challenges. But give me an update on how positivity is winning out, even in these difficult times.
let me tell you, and you are so right. Positivity is winning. Some of the greatest innovations, I think have come from adversity. And when you face adversity, if you look at it on the negative side, you miss all these opportunities. And there is so much out there. I mean, we've learned some fascinating things. We've all learned that we can still love each other and be together, even at a distance. I think that, you know, you have to be a shoulder for these peers because there's a lot of people who've had some really tough times with this. And I think we've all learned that you really don't need to constrain yourself and say, well, this is all I do. People are creating themselves and making themselves better. And now's a great opportunity to be a leader. And you can teach them how to do that. You can.
Well, we try, man. It's interesting because I did a training yesterday about re-engineering, reinventing, repurposing, which I do every day, right? And some people use adversity or these more difficult times to say, man, I really should reinvent myself. I believe that I'm just evolving, so I do it every day. And one of the
Beautiful.
epiphanies that I had is, guys like you and I, it's, the inventory that we take every day, the pragmatic side of saying, hey, this is what I want today. And then the other thing that's so cool, it's this is who has it. And I came up with this epiphany. If I know what I want, then my effort should be, okay, who has what I want
Love
so
it.
they can give it to me or show me how to get it.
Love
Right?
it. Absolutely. And what's wonderful is there's so many people out there who want to give it to you. Don't you think? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
who want to help you get what you want. I think some people think, oh, no one's going to help me. No one's going to offer me. But I mean, look at the sacrifice you make every day for people. I mean, and I think people are really doing that. And, one other thing I think about, especially after seeing some of the patients and going through the dark side of that, is people got to remember how fortunate they are. I mean, life is good, the sun is shining, media works, the world is a good place and we're here and there's so much opportunity for us. We're not constrained. Don't you think, Dave?
Absolutely. One of the blessings that I had, I always tell people, is not only the strong character, work ethic, and love that my mom had, but being able to experience just the fear of not eating, right? At a young age, because I never forgot it, right? So to be grateful every time you sit down for a meal and to say grace for the basic humanity, for the ability to exist. And you as a doctor, you see that every day, and people, they take their existence for granted. And one of the blessings that have come upon us is the first time ever in history, the entire world, because of the communication that we have, the entire world has to not take their existence for granted. The entire world cannot take their existence for granted.
That's really awesome. And I'd forgotten that about your upbringing, and it really is impressive. I mean, to come from where you started to where you are today, but
Oh
to
no, man, I feel sorry for the people that grew up with everything. I feel blessed, right?
love it. Well,
Because
it
I
gave
can't
you
I
the drive.
can't teach my kids what I learned, right?
Yeah, and it gave you that drive, it gave you that incentive, but you give back, and that is so magnificent. And with the issues that are going on and the violence and the hatred, I think we all feel so strongly about Black Lives Matters, and I want to just say that I want everybody to look at themselves and say, what can I do? Are we doing everything we can to help those people in those tough situations? And there's opportunity everywhere. And
You
and
said
I'm
it again.
excited about it.
Yeah, you said it again. It's like, what can I do? Who can help me? Right? Like these are simple things that you sit down and you say, look, I'm not going to be a why me person. I'm a
Yeah.
try me person, and bring it on. I have seen extraordinary. You talk about sacrifice. I talk about investment because I switched the paradigm of sacrifice a long time ago. I started saying, you know what? I'm not sacrificing anything. I'm investing in myself. And the
Love.
more that I have, the more I can give to others. I was just saying before you got on, Bob Proctor, one of my mentors, he taught me, Dave, stop saying that you give, the more you give, the more you get. I want you to change that. The more you receive, the more you can give. Now
I,
it's not a trade. Now
I love it.
you're working and investing and receiving as much as you can with the capabilities that God's given you, skills, knowledge, and desire, all for the purpose of giving it all the way with appreciation. And appreciation is two things. You're grateful for what you received, and
Correct.
you're adding your essence to it. Appreciates to add value. So you're adding your essence, and then you're giving away. So it's just not coming through you, it's coming through you with appreciation. And when you get that formula down, and that's my life's mission, over 1 billion people to be happy. That's the formula
Love
that
it.
I'm teaching is, hey, everybody is special. Everybody has superpowers. Let's figure out what they are, who can help us, and then let it allow it to come through you with appreciation for others.
Man, I love that. Hey, Dave, would you help me with the thing you said earlier, which I love, where you said people have it. You said then they ask what you need or they'll give
Yeah.
it to you.
So
Hit me with
that's my
that.
new
That's
epiphany.
my
So
message for today, and I
yeah,
need that.
cool. Yeah. So this is my epiphany is that, and I got it when a kid asked me after the training. He said, "How do you know when you're annoying someone when you're asking for help?" And I said, "Hey," because he was only like 24 years old. I said, "Would you be annoyed?" He played football in college. I said, "Would you be annoyed if my 10-year-old son said to you, 'Hey, I'm a running back. Will you help me? You played college football. Will you help me be?'" And let's say you were busy the first time because you're a 24-year-old going out with girls or whatever, and it took my son 3 times emailing you or DMing you. Would you be annoyed that he did it 3 times to ask for your help? He said, "No, I'd be so flattered," right?
Sure.
So this is the epiphany.
Okay.
We need, once you know what you want, according to your values that you take inventory of every day, personal, experiential, giving and receiving. So now I know what I want. Go find who has it. Right? I
Got it.
want to be a running back. Go find that running back. I want to be a hand doctor. Call Dr. Eric George, right? And literally, if they have it, ask them for it. And if they can't give it to you, which is possible, ask them how they got it, right?
I,
Why should I pay the dummy tax on how to be a hand doctor? I need to go to an expert hand doctor to teach me how.
you
And
know,
that's the way the universe works.
it's magnificent. And it's true in my life, meaning the hotel properties. I had nothing, I didn't understand hotel properties. So I found the person in this area that is the guru in hotels. And he reached out his arms and said, yeah, that's what we do. I showed an interest in it. And now I'm involved in 6 or 7 hotels with that party. But I did what you said. And I've never really seen it as clearly as you can make it for your listeners. I think that's awesome.
And the way the universe works, because of that, one of the things that I needed, right? My daughter's graduating. Now I got a great place to stay for graduation. It might sound silly, but it all, right? It's all,
Yeah.
we're giving what we need, and it keeps on going and going and going. And I want people to get into the flow. I want them to speed the flow up, not slow it down by creating scarcity. And that's what we create with fear, right? When we don't think there's enough, when we're afraid to ask Dr. Eric George for help. I know you came to my office even before COVID, and you had an NFL player with you who was
Right.
mentored by you, that you helped, and now he's giving back as well because he learned from you. And instead, what if he never asked for help, right? What if he never asked for help? Or what if these other people, they'd have to go through all the years of pain, suffering, education, dummy tax, I call it. Why
Right.
should everybody, I tell people the dummy tax I love, because I said, what if you could go to the government and say, you know what? I don't want to pay taxes because Dr. Eric George already paid taxes. Is that okay? They're never going to say yes. But the universe says yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Dr. George paid these taxes already. You don't have to pay him. Just go ask him for it. He'll pay the taxes. He already did.
Absolutely. And when you were talking about our NFL player, Brandon Cooks, the questions that he wanted, Dave, just like you said, are so easy for us. Meaning, how do you save money? How do you put away for the future? What do you do when you get a big check early on and you don't have a future that you know of? I mean, questions that you and I deal with every day. And so you got to ask, right? You
Gotta
don't
ask.
pray.
It's so wonderful. Like think about how difficult golf is, right? And
Right.
and imagine you're trying to hit a ball for the first time, and
Oh,
you don't even know how to hold your hands, and then you ask a golf professional for help. How
right.
easy is it for him to tell you, "Hey, this is how you do it," right? It doesn't. It's nothing, and that's what we have to start doing. Is we have to start leveraging and finding the people that have what we want and not being afraid, which is an ego-based emotion, to be connected or a part of, right? This is part of our racial tensions as well. We're not
Yes.
asking each other for help, right? And then we get caught up into a nuance. Someone got mad at me for all lives matter. And I said, hold on a second. I'm going to prioritize Black Lives Matter, right? But
Exactly.
under the context that I believe that all lives matter, but at this time in America, I have to prioritize Black lives.
I
So
agree.
to me, Black lives matter more right now. And I do believe all lives matter, but we got to make some serious changes in America. So Black lives mean more to me right now. They matter more. And
I
they're under pressure. Just like if I have a kid that's failing out of school, that kid's going to matter more. Doesn't mean I don't love all my kids, right?
right.
But I better goddamn pay attention to that kid because they need me more right now. That's the way I feel about what's going on. It all is back to take inventory of your values, know what you want, go find who has it, right? And don't worry about your purpose, because we all have the same purpose, because we're all connected in the end. We all just want to help somebody or something. And that comes naturally. The other part we get caught on because we're so caught up going, I don't know my why. I don't know my why. No, you don't know your what, and you haven't found the who to give it to you or help you get it.
Love it. Man, that's my message for the week, too. You really gave me some incentive. And I love your comments about Black Lives Matters. It's so wonderful. And I knew you would be able to pull that together for everybody.
It
I
took a
love
while to research it. It's a dangerous topic. You're swimming in the deep end, but I do it with love and with unification in mind and loyalty to humanity, that we always, right. In football, we're both football fans.
Yes,
The ball's gonna find the weakest player. So
absolutely.
if you're not helping the weakest player, the one that's in greatest need, the tide goes down, and so does the whole boat. And we're seeing that right now. All the tides will rise together, and all boats will rise with it. And you're so good at that. Can you, before I let you go, I know your time's so valuable. Can you just share an inspirational story with me, from you have so many first responders around you. Last time you told me about people risking their lives just to hold somebody's hand. Can you share a story with us just real quick?
I sure can. During this crisis, we found that so many people had were needing ventilators, and ventilators were of scarcity. And for your audience that doesn't understand what a ventilator is when someone has respiratory distress and can't breathe on their own, a machine helps breathe for you. And many of your listeners have heard about we need ventilators and where are we going to get ventilators. And there's a story here at one of our hospitals that's remarkable. They were short, and a young man was really struggling, and an older man who had been a fighter pilot, who was in his 80s, he heard about it on the ventilator and wrote a note and said, give it to him, take me off. I've had a great life. And I mean, did we have to do it? No. We were able to work out something with an anesthesia machine until they came. But it gives you goosebumps to say there's connection, right? I mean, he didn't care what color, what size, what age. He didn't know. He just knew a younger man needed it. And he said, take mine. I mean,
Wow.
that's a heartfelt story, isn't it, baby? And it's
Oh, I'm choking up, man. Oh
so
my God. Well,
there's
that's,
a champion amongst adversity, right, baby?
yeah, exactly, man. Those are the heroes among us. There's so many people, and it's what people are doing when nobody's watching, when there's no phones and Instagram and newsreels. It's just those daily people that are heroes,
He
and we need to hear more of those stories than the bad ones.
Yes, sir. He wrote it on a piece of paper because he couldn't talk because he was
Wow,
intubated.
that's beautiful. Well, I can't imagine leaving on a better note, my friend. I can't wait till we get to
Can't
hang
wait to,
out more. You are one of my favorite people on earth. The day I met you, my mind, body, and soul lit up. I said, we have lived past lives together or something. We must have been brothers from another
we,
mother somewhere, but I just love you, man, and I appreciate you. You need anything at all, please let me know.
same for you, baby. How about a hug, man? Love you,
All
man.
right.
Thank
That's it. Dr. Eric George, great hero of all, and just amazing. If you don't follow him, obviously the energy speaks for itself. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, Carrie, you're in that, right? Thank you. I see Carrie Conley, one of my dear friends, for here Saturday morning. Thank you, Simon. I'm an easy crier, so wow. I love that. Let me just take a couple questions. Thank you, Dr. Eric George, for joining me on a Saturday morning. Hopefully Dave Marino's on here. Incredible conversation, Jakey Bakey in New York. Jakey Bakey is an all-star. Uh, Amazing. Thank you, Mia, as well. Let me jump this real quick. I'm going to answer a couple questions, and then it's family time, as you know, on Saturday. Definitely listen to Dr. Eric George on the Playbook, one of my favorite episodes ever. What are some effective marketing strategies that work in all fields? Um, Ask and attract's the easiest one to understand, but you have to know your frequency. So the strategy that I use that works in all fields, in person, on the phone, via email, and media, radio, print, TV, social media, is understanding how do I capture the frequency, modify it correctly for those different mediums, amplify it correctly with the strength of a signal that's going to reach as far as it can through the viral nature of someone sharing it, through the ability of people. And when I say viral, not just in social media, somebody pointing it out in a newspaper, somebody sharing an email, somebody also in person telling a story like that one that me and I are crying over. So these are really important to understand, that strength of the signal, a strategy of knowing who you're talking to, right? How big is that audience? It doesn't have to be that big. There's 4.4 billion people on the internet and growing. It was 4.2 billion when I started. It's growing. And what portion or part of that, even the Kardashians don't own it. So there's plenty of room. What spectrum? How big a pool? Is it 10,000 people? Is it 1,000 people? Whatever it may be. And then finally, practice. The best marketing strategy today, because of the accelerated nature of marketing and how quickly and compressed time and uncertainty is happening, is practice, practice, test, test, practice, practice, test, test, practice, practice, test, test. We are a lab in my office, and my team is a great technicians of practicing and progress, not perfection, and testing. And I appreciate all of them. And thank you so much. Let's get to another question here. I'm still on cloud nine over Dr. Eric George. Amazing, right? How do I convince Instagram influencers to post about customized Black Lives Matter t-shirts I made? Well, you don't convince them, you allow them. Allow them to post, and know that strength of the signal, know the spectrum of who would post it and how much mileage you would get out of it, and the clear purpose and message behind it, right? The priority that we must give Black lives right now. As I stated, if one of my children is in distress, that's who gets priority. I love them all, We're all one family, but go ahead, ask, 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 ask. I think it's a numbers game. Uh, Good morning, Mike Diamond. So yeah, go ahead, ask. Ask, do you know anyone that can help me? That's the question that you should be asking, by the way. Do you know anyone that can help me? I got these great Black Lives Matter t-shirts. If you send me one, I'll wear it and promote it. So go ahead and email me at david@dmeltzer.com or text me at 949-298-2905. I'll promote it for you. Obviously, it's a priority to me. Mr. Mike Diamond, one of my best friends in the world, and it's just always good. Tuesdays with my boy, a dose of Diamond and Dave. Very good. Friday trainings on building an audience, by the way. So you want to build an audience, a brand, a frequency, join me. We'll drill it down. Where do you see the future of brick and mortar businesses? There is a future, by the way. I believe it's in customization. So there will be smaller, more aggregated brick and mortar businesses. You'll be able to go in and touch, feel, etc. Product that just simply will be delivered to your home, probably same day. But it'll be, from car dealerships like the way Tesla runs them, to five little pop-ups in one space, to mixed use where people are living where they shop, living where they work. So those high rises won't be empty. It'll just convert them over into, living spaces on one floor and law firms on the other, shopping on another. So there'll be brick and mortar. We won't be tearing down buildings, but we will be aggregating and accommodating the customization and personalization that exist, because the last mile still will always be there, right? You can't just virtually eat. You can't just virtually wear clothes. You can't just virtually, get an appliance, a bed. You can't just, you got to actually sleep on it. So you'll see that customization and personalization and aggregation occur within the context of brick and mortar stores. Be prepared, look for the synergistic and supplementary capabilities that you have in order to monetize that with the skills that you have, the knowledge that you have, maybe desire and need as well, the what and the who that we talked about earlier. And of course, that desire to must be what you can be, which is defined as happiness, the enjoyment of the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. That's what I'm talking about. Hopefully you get it. If you don't get it, come with me Friday. Free trainings every Friday on my mission to empower over 1 billion people to be happy. I'm looking for 1,000 of you out there, 1,000 of you that can empower another 1,000, like Dr. Eric George, to empower another 1,000, simply to be happy by using the pragmatic tools that I've been given, the dummy tax that I've paid, situational knowledge, and relationship capital to help everyone. So let's just see here. One more question. What is the best way to contact someone who has what you want? How do you continue to ask for help? Look, you got to be more interested than interesting to find people who have what you want. So whatever it is, asking everyone you know, hey, do you know anyone that has this? Do you know anyone that can help me? Going on the internet, the big old thing called Google, and searching for who has what you want. Yes, I did day 19 of the Kenzai workout today, working on it. And I have my new XM series show, Coach's Corner, my little segment. Did that this morning. I love the weekends, man. I absolutely love it. And did some executive coaching calls already as well. Let me just grab one more question here. Should I go back to university and complete a degree? Look, I believe in finishing what I start. So if you've started, this is a good time to go back. Number one, because you can get into better schools now. 6 months ago, it was never more competitive to get into schools, and now it's a lot easier. Let's just put it that way, to get into those schools online, especially. Press yourself, invest in yourself. If you're not going to invest in yourself, what are you ever going to invest in? If you're not going to invest in yourself, it ain't sacrifice. If you're not going to invest in yourself, what will you ever invest in? Tell me. And that's a powerful, powerful lesson that was given to me a long, long time ago when I wanted to drop out of law school. And it convinced me, absolute mistake. And that's why I did not drop out of law school, even though I never practiced law, became an internet guru and salesperson in the internet and VC and funder and whatever else I am. I am what I am. Is non-disclosure form for an invention worth the paper it's written on? I'm in the UK. I'm not a big fan, right? I don't sign them. If I don't trust anyone, it's just an open-ended field for litigation for someone to say that you stole their idea. Look, if their idea is that critical, then either one, they don't trust you, or two, it's not protectable anyway. So unless you have a ton of money, and I've seen some really awful and interesting things because of that, I'm not a big fan. Uh, how to ease anxiety? Practice ending fear, Jesse. You got to practice ending fear. That means you have to be a ferocious Buddha. What's a ferocious Buddha? Number one, you need to be ferocious to identify or be aware of when you're in anxiety, fear. They need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, all of those guilty, all these different things. And then you got to stop. And I can't tell you how ferocious it takes when you're mad to stop, right? When you're scared to stop. And if you can stop, then you got to be a Buddha, drop down to neutral, drop down to center, your higher frequency, the clarity, balance, and focus that comes to find your what, and then know who your who is that has it, so you can ask them for it, or ask them to help you figure out how you get it. That's fine. And be willing to invest in yourself to do that. Uh, Excellent. And let's see here. Questions keep piling in, and I'm going overtime for my crew on a Saturday. But if you guys are willing to do it, I'm willing to do it. How can I prevent my service from being stolen or replicated? Make it that much better. Only present it to those people you trust. Uh, so, those are the two ways that I know. Should I learn to sell cause I feel like can hire better salesmen and continue manufacturing? Yeah, absolutely. Hire people. If you're not a good salesperson, sales is the easiest position to hire for because they're straight out profit centers, right? It's difficult to determine at certain times when to hire an HR person, business development, marketing, PR. But bottom line, sales, man, that's all profit. If you can find the best salesman you can and have them make sure that they're profitable, keep hiring salespeople. that means you have a great business. Awesome. All right, the Meltzer machine is live, Simon. You're right on that front. Let's see here. What's the best sector which can grow post-corona phase? So what I want you to do is take your capabilities, your skills that you have, your knowledge that you have, and your desire, and go ahead and study the companies that were sold emotionally. There's certain companies that got oversold, and go ahead and see how synergistic your capabilities are to those companies that are oversold, and those will be the ones that will grow the most post, that sunk the most pre. So go ahead and find an expert of who that knows that space and ask them, hey, is this company, this solution, this service oversold right now? Because I like to invest my capabilities into it so that when we get post-corona, I'll see the exponential rebound to that. So all right, everyone. Went a little bit over. I want to thank my buddy, Dr. Eric George, as always. Incredible. I wish I could have him on every week. I want to thank everyone for taking their Saturday and joining me. Go back and check the replay out. We will be back tomorrow. Don't forget, trainings are on Friday. They're free. It's building a community, right? Build your own community as your company, your personal brand, your family, whatever it is. Build a community. That's what we're going to talk about on Friday. Text me 949-298-2905. Email me your questions as well at david@dmeltzer.com. I'm making it easy. I am productive, accessible, and most importantly, gracious. Be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Have a great weekend. Talk to you tomorrow.